Welcome back to TC Talks. I'm your host, TC, and today I'm going to be recapping the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. But before we get to that, I want to thank you for tuning in to this channel and like, share, subscribe, all the fancy YouTube things if you're so inclined. And without further ado, let's dive into the NFL divisional round. Starting off, the theme of the divisional round was turnovers. Every single team that lost the turnover battle lost the game, and we say it week in and week out, game after game. The team that is able to maintain possession of the football, have control over the game, is going to probably be the one that ends up winning. And that held true in all of these games. Every single team that lost the turnover battle. Seahawks dominated the 49ers because of turnovers. The Patriots bodied the Texans because CJ Stroud couldn't stop throwing interceptions. The Bills and Bears almost get away with a ridiculous amount of turnovers in their games as well, but fall just short. So it's very interesting for things to happen this way. But let's break down these games, and we'll start with the AFC and move over to the NFC. Starting off with the Patriots and the Texans. Do I really need to say much? I mean, CJ Stroud, previous week, he could not stop fumbling snaps. This week, he handles that pretty well, but he's just throwing dimes, not to his players, but to the other team, and it results in them getting absolutely bodied. Three interceptions by CJ Stroud, I believe, in this game. Meanwhile, you look at what Drake May does, and he throws 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. It's the other way around, apparently. 4 interceptions by CJ Stroud, 3 touchdowns by Drake May. So my math was a little bit off, but at the end of the day, Drake May playing like the MVP level candidate he is, and CJ Stroud suffering from a down year, being dragged into the playoffs by a ridiculous defense. And for the record, this defense, I know you look at the box score, 28-16, the final. Drake May had a decent game, but at the end of the day, to have 4 turnovers on offense just from your quarterback alone, and then also losing a fumble as well, to be able to go out there and only give up 28 points to the New England Patriots, that's pretty freaking good, if you do ask me. So there's a lot to question about this team in terms of the offense, but defensively, this team is going to be good for the future here on out. But the Patriots, they have basically cashed their check to the Super Bowl based off of what happened in this upcoming game, which was the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. I wanted to call them the Bo Nixes. No idea why. Maybe it's because Bo Nix absolutely dominated in this game as well. And that's the unfortunate thing. 3 touchdown passes, an interception, almost 280 yards for Bo Nix. Not to mention the leading rusher on his team with 29 yards. And unfortunately, you look at that and you're like, wow, there was absolutely nothing going on offense for the Broncos. But in reality, it was just the fact that the Bills could not stop giving up the ball to the Denver Broncos. Josh Allen, 2 interceptions in this game, some additional fumbles as well. And you look at that and you're just like, how did this team even compete? Josh Allen, 3 fumbles, 2 of them lost. James Cook also lost a fumble as well. So it just all was terrible on offense for the Bills, despite when they were able to hang on to the ball. And honestly, you look at this Bills team, if you were to tell me Josh Allen threw for 3 touchdowns, over 280 yards, James Cook rushed for over 100 yards, and Josh Allen also had over 60 rushing yards, I would expect the Bills to have won this game. But unfortunately, because they turned the ball over any other time, they weren't dominating like this. It led to Bo Nix and this Denver offense taking advantage of this team. And Bo Nix, he had a heck of a game. It was phenomenal to see. And the unfortunate thing for the Denver Broncos, and the thing that really benefits the New England Patriots, unfortunately, is that Bo Nix would break his ankle on one of the final plays of this game, and he's going to miss the remainder of the season, and Jarrett Stidham is going to have to be the savior of the Denver Broncos to keep their hopes alive in the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots. So we'll see what ends up happening, but the Broncos, the defense really is going to need to step up. I know Josh Allen and that Bills team are no joke, but let's look at who's across the way now. The New England Patriots, led by Drake May. And Drake May is an MVP candidate for a reason. So this defense, they need to return to the form that they were in the beginning half of this season, and they really need to clamp down and keep the New England Patriots at bay, because that is the only way Jarrett Stidham is going to have a chance in this contest. And the Denver Broncos, while their season is not over yet, it is definitely on life support. Speaking of life support, the Cardiac Bears had their final cardiac episode of the season, resulting in a flat line, unfortunately, as they fall to the LA Rams. Now, the Chicago Bears, This game was so infuriating. Caleb Williams could not catch a break. The only thing he could do is have other players catch the interception for him. The Rams defense were better receivers than the Chicago Bears receivers. The Rams, any opportunity they got to catch the ball, they caught it and they picked off Caleb Williams. The Chicago Bears, Luther Burden, after being an unsung hero countless times during the regular season, dropped 1.5 million passes. Rome Odunze also dropping a ton of passes in this game. One most notably that should have been a touchdown. So the Chicago Bears could not catch a break in this game up until the very end, where they catch other breaks because Caleb Williams, down 7 against the LA Rams with under 2 minutes to go in regulation, he would absolutely send it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, which I'm sure you do, let me recap the whole thing. The Chicago Bears, 4th down in the red zone, charging to get into the end zone to keep this game alive and possibly win either with the 2-point conversion off of a touchdown or send the game to overtime and find a way to win in overtime. And the ball is snapped. Caleb Williams instantaneously seems white jerseys swarming all around him. He is so panicked. He sprints 20 yards back all the way down to the 40-yard line. And does he panic? No. He simmers down. He gets ready. He sets up. He throws off of his back foot. He sends a sky ball in the air to the back of the end zone where Cole Kmet is waiting to catch the pass, and catch it he does. Touchdown, Bears, and the Chicago Bears are still alive with a chance to either send it to overtime or go for 2. Now, the Bears, they didn't go for 2. Ben Johnson was not feeling it. And to his credit, the Rams were shutting down the short yardage situations on 3rd down for the Chicago Bears. Monangai, Swift, both not really much there on 3rd down. So for him to go for 2 there, would it have been risky? Absolutely. But all the momentum is on the Chicago Bears side. And personally, I would have gone for it. But they kicked the extra point, and Chicago moves on into the overtime against the Rams. And they would get the ball back. Unfortunately, couldn't do anything with it. So what do? They punt. They get the ball back after the defense, which played phenomenal, by the way. How the heck the Chicago Bears defense showed up the way they did in this game, where they held the Rams to 20 points through the whole thing, is ridiculous to me. For Matthew Stafford to not have a single touchdown pass, ridiculous. To keep Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams in check, absolutely ridiculous to me. So I really don't know what happened here. You want to know what happened? An interception. After getting the ball back, after the defense stops the LA Rams from doing anything with the ball, Caleb Williams will get the ball, and I'm sure you've seen it, throws that terrible interception. And if you haven't seen my short, I blame part of it on Caleb Williams. I blame part of it on DJ Moore, and I blame part of it on Ben Johnson. But honestly, I think it's got to be like, I don't know, 45% on Ben Johnson, 30% on DJ Moore, and the remainder, I don't know, what is that, 25% on Caleb Williams, because DJ Moore shouldn't have been running like that. That play should have never happened in the first place. And Caleb Williams, I don't know how he didn't see that at any point DJ Moore was running a terrible route. But regardless of all of that, the interception happens, and the rest is history. So the big takeaway from this game for me is the Bears offense has to settle for field goals. I mean, the amount of times they didn't go for a field goal would end up turning the ball over on downs yet again. And you'd think they would have learned that lesson after what happened in the wild card round versus the Green Bay Packers. But unfortunately, they didn't. And those ghosts come back to haunt us in this game. And the Bears fall 20-17 in overtime. And we'll talk more about the Bears season and what we can learn from it, what we could be hopeful for in the future. But let me just say, I am devastated that this version of this team is done for. The Cardiac Bears, as much as they almost had you flatlining, they also sent your blood pressure pumping. They made you feel alive. And this team, and the fun, the amount of energy and all of that is gone. And that's just unfortunate. And if you're not a Chicago Bears fan, I don't understand how you can't at least see that. But in the final game of the playoffs that we're going to talk about in the divisional round, the 49ers would get absolutely bodied by the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks, from the get-go, kickoff return touchdown. I felt like I was watching the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl back in the early 2000s. Absolutely ridiculous to see. And then from there, their foot never got off the gas, not on special teams, not on defense, not on offense. Sam Darnold looked like he should have been the MVP favorite of the season, and it was just a one-sided slugfest for the Seattle Seahawks in this game. Christian McCaffrey, I don't know what the heck he was doing, and Fraud Purdy, as so many people would call him, rears his ugly head yet again. And it's just pathetic overall by the 49ers. I don't know how else to say it. Turnovers played a factor for sure, but I mean, for Brock Purdy to be the leading rusher with what I believe was 27 yards in this game, 37 yards in this game, and Christian McCaffrey to get 35. I mean, how do you expect to win like that? Now, Christian McCaffrey, the worst part of it is he had 11 carries only. 11 carries, like, you have Christian McCaffrey on your team, you're down bad. I understand you're down bad and you need to score points, but the way that this offense functions is through the success of Christian McCaffrey. And the whole season, you've relied on Christian McCaffrey to be able to do things for you, whether it be catching passes, whether it be running the ball on the ground. Anything that you needed him to do, he would do it. And to their credit, he was tied for first in receptions in this game, tied for the most targets as well. So it's not like they weren't trying to get him the ball in some way, but Christian McCaffrey is the heart and soul, the engine of this offense. So for him to only touch the ball, I mean, including the target at least 17 times, I don't understand how you could justify that. He is what makes this offense work. He is what makes Brock Purdy and Mac Jones look so much better than they are. Because Brock Purdy, I love Brock Purdy. He's a great quarterback, but at the end of the day, he's not what elevates this team. It is Christian McCaffrey. So for them to let that slip out of their hands just doesn't make any sense to me. 2 additional fumbles on top of Brock Purdy's interception. I mean, you're not going to not be able to do anything on offense, lose the turnover battle, have absolutely no shredded defense, and win a game. You just can't. So at the end of the day, I'm glad the Seattle Seahawks bodied the 49ers because I didn't want to see them in the Super Bowl or even the championship either way. I think it's time Seattle gets back to it. I think it's time to see a little bit of a change up in who's going to be making those games. And the Rams, yeah, sure, back in the fold yet again, but it's been a while, so I think it's fine there. But let me know what you guys think about these games down in the comments below. Do you agree with my takes? Where would you defer? I want to know what you guys are thinking. So let me know all your thoughts down below. And until next time, see ya.